First of all, thank you so much for your wishes. I'm Shraddha Gome. I belong to Indore, Madhya Pradesh. I did my schooling from Indore and I did my graduation in law from National Law School of India, University, Bangalore. Post-graduation, I also worked for a brief stint as a legal manager with an MNC, and I've secured All India 60th rank in my first attempt with law as my optional. Starting to discuss about my journey, I think I always say that UPSC examination is not merely an examination, it's a journey in itself, which has its own share of ups and downs. My basis to judge my performance has always been to focus on things which are in my control. Now that would be how much effort I am able to put, whether I can adopt a right strategy, and also seeking right guidance at the right time. Because this is my first attempt, I also wanted to make sure that I do all the mistakes prior to entering the examination hall. And therefore, I focused a lot on either be giving mocks or doing answer writing practice. And I think God has been kind to allow me to get through this in my first attempt. But I will always give this message that work hard, dream big, and I think if we had discipline in our lives and we put in the right effort, success might be delayed a bit, but we will always succeed in life. I think it depends on combination of factors. In my journey itself, I have met several candidates, I think, who would have put more efforts than I would have done. And I think it takes huge heart to go through successive attempts despite given the uncertainty and the relentless nature of this examination. So I think salute to all the efforts and values that every individual brings during their journey. But I think when it comes to my journey, I made sure that I focus on the right strategy. And as I mentioned, that seeking right guidance, because this journey is not just about your academics, it's also about your values, be it of discipline, be it perseverance, and also about confidence in yourself. And that confidence is bound to be shaken at very frequent step during the entire process, right? But I always took a very positive approach, and that's how I am as an individual also. So whenever I had a low score, say in a test series or mock, I would remind myself that it's better to have that wrong answer or a low score right now, because it allows you avenues to ensure that, okay, I know this is my weakness, I know these are the frequent mistakes that I'm doing, and it allows you time to correct those mistakes so that you don't repeat that when you're inside the examination hall. So my focus has been, as I previously also mentioned, to not fear from making mistakes, not fear from falling down, but always coming back stronger. And I think that's the approach that I have adopted at every step and every stage of this journey. Civil services, as cliche as it may sound, has always been a dream service. I think it's a resolve that has only strengthened with time. Now, a choice of law as a graduation was also a very deliberate one. So I believe genuinely that a strong foundation in law puts a civil servant in a very good stead, because today we are governed by law, and rule of law is at the very core of the administration. So it's something that not only fascinated me, but I also felt that would add value once I am in the services. And that's how I decided to pursue law. But I'm also someone who believes that at that very moment I will always give my best. So while I was in law school, I made sure that I enjoy all the varied opportunities that law school offers you, be it in terms of leadership experiences, publications, or in terms of academia as well. And once I was done with law school, I was fortunate enough to get into a global program, which is a Future Leaders program. So I took up that, and post that I decided to get back to my aim of civil services and pursue it. So I think most important aspect would be leadership, and I think leadership is also the key to a civil servant. Now I aspired to be part of Indian Administrative Services, and for that I think the core aspect of an individual or a civil servant would be how good leader you are, because it's not someone you're sitting alone in a room or with your own desk working alone, right? You lead an entire team, you lead people. And it's very important that you're someone with right vision, you're someone who is articulate enough to convey that vision to larger public and take them along with a journey together with you. So that's how I believe that these skills of, be it leadership, be it perseverance, or be it even legal learnings, really added value to my personality. Right, so I think it's a very interesting thing that I was the first one on that day to enter the UPSC premises and the last candidate to get out of the premises. I was the last of all the boats that were there. So I had a really good time interacting with other candidates. It was also first time, so you get to learn because a lot of them were already in the services, to learn about their experiences, their journey. I think it's an inspiration in itself. Now coming specifically to my interview experience, I think I had a very positive interview. It started on a beautiful note. It started on a compliment regarding my academic credentials. Sir told me that Shraddha, you have excellent academic record and leadership roles. So I think when the interview starts on a positive note, that ambience around you becomes even more positive, right? And you get even more confidence that okay, they are there to listen to and to know you more. And I think it was a bit unlike the mock interviews that I might have given, because generally what happens that especially for someone from a law background, in mock interviews the focus was mostly upon the technical or the factual aspect, a certain section or a certain case law or a certain aspect of it. But my real interview was very unlike that. It was mostly upon my opinions, recent issues that might have been happening. So for instance, very recently, just few days before that happened a conference which was addressed by Chief Justice of India. So I was asked a question on that, and then I am someone who also very active in writing, legal writings. So I was asked questions upon those. So it was a very fun and a very positive conversation that happened. We all have those checklists that we need to do, and I was very sure that before my interview I'm going to speak to Khan sir. So I had a mock interview here, and I was fortunate enough to have a panel with Khan sir on it. And I think that interview was also a very good experience.